All right, folks, so today we are back with Mr. Kenny Thompson. We got Dalton in the back fixing arrows. That's the guy who's the mastermind behind the helical twist. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
That y'all are asking me about, like, how'd you get that guy right there? All right. And then we got Mr. Brad. Is that right? Chris.
Martin.
I'm terrible with names until I see you 5 times. So Chris, we got Chris in here with us too. Y'all have let me know on this last video that I did where I shot that buck on public, and I had a bunch of folks comment and say, hey, tune your bow, tune your bow. Well, I have something to confess. About a month ago, I called this guy and I'm like, hey, I just jumped out of my boat and like not so gently laid my bow on the ground. I slammed the bow on the ground in the dirt. And when I pulled it back, it had a little bit of a hitch in it. And I noticed that, you know, when I would get to a certain part, I would just feel something. And I'm like, all right, that's not good. So I went home after the hunt. I shot it the next day. It shot fine to me with field tips. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I'm going to run it. So I shoot the deer, and I'm like, I felt good about the shot. I took my time, and it went right. And I'm like, what the heck? All right, whatever. I killed the deer, great. And then I shoot the broadheads about 5 or 6 days ago, and every one of them are 6 inches to the right. Every single one of them. So I call, of course, Kenny, come up here. First thing he notices today, check this out.
I'm going to put it back where it was.
Yeah. All right. So evidently bent the stabilizer in.
Well, when you fell out of the boat, it pushed this in, and you see right here on the corner when you put a full draw, the limb is coming up and hitting the stabilizer now that this clearance issue.
Yep.
So when it hit the ground, it must have pushed this in on your sidebar. So we're gonna loosen this bolt, pull it back out. And as soon as I find my wrench, and we'll get that back in place. Okay. Whenever we're trying to set these up, I like to start them somewhere between 3 and 4 degrees out, and then on the other side around 3 to 4 down. And then, so this angle, what we're going to do is it's going to get it out of the way, but it's going to make sure we have clearance for this cam. On these bows, there's a lot of travel on this cam coming up, so I want to make sure we have clearance. So anywhere between 3 and 4 here and here is a good starting spot. And then, like we talked before, you're running 4 ounces. So between the length of the bar, the amount of weight, and what angles is going to balance that bow for you. So when you fail and drop that bow on the ground, it pushed this bar in, and you can see where the bare metal is. It's been touching right there. And that would 100%, you know, if it flexed that one side down, would throw that broadhead off. Because I knew something wasn't right, because number one, we never have broadhead issues hit with field points. And I did see the Aeroflight, and I think me and you talked about it, and I said, I need to check that bow, because we don't,
yeah, you did.
We don't operate like that. So it's literally in our name of the shop, TopFlight. So we kind of take that seriously. But yeah, I'm gonna run through it. I'm gonna run through everything while you're here. We're gonna recheck everything on it and get it back in spec and get it back where it's supposed to be.
All right, so Kenny's got her dialed in. Tell you what we're gonna do too. We're gonna throw that little max cam on, get a little max cam action.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what you need. If you're gonna be a hunter like me, y'all, you gotta have all this fancy camera stuff that people take the time to. Nope, I'm too lazy. Give me like a action cam on the head, max cam on the bow. All right, right bullseye. Oh, that is so much better. Man, I love you, Kenny. If I wasn't married, I tell you. Hi. But that felt so much better.
Yeah, it flew good too.
Golly, I could see that. I've been shooting this thing ever since. I'm telling you, I've dropped it a month ago. I've gotten used to a different feel, a different. That's wow. Yep. Holy cow. We're showing some precision there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that one was like right there beside the other one. Oh, man.
She's back.
Hey, I'm happy.
She's back.
Let's get that thing dialed in.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about. That is straight in the target right there. That's a lot different than being canked over. Man, yeah. Oh, well. You a good fella.
No penetration.
A bit louder.
So we're going to take the bump stop off where we can move the sight up now that it's shooting high. So we follow the arrow. So if it's shooting high, we're going to roll it up a little more. Once we get this exactly perfect, we'll put the bump stop back on. That's
Okay.
the beauty of these sights. These Excel sights are awesome.
Okay.
So let's shoot this one, and then we're going to dial it in on our up and down. We'll put the bump stop on, then we'll fix that little bit of left and right in it.
Okay. Did you say fix the left and right?
We will after we do the up and down.
Okay, that's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and let's get our vertical first.
Do one more.
Roll it up just a little more. Roll it up a little higher. Don't worry about where the tape says, just roll it. There you go. Now let's just keep moving till we get it dialed in perfect.
That's money.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
that is, like you said, inch to the right, but that is right there. I'm gonna aim at the center of that elk.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna put some new felt on there too. I hear that arrow dragging just a little bit when you draw.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna put some new felt on there. You just wore it out. That's all
Yeah.
it is. We're gonna put some new felt on there, and we're gonna put the bump stop back on.
All right.
So on the left right adjustments, we push this little lock in right
Okay.
here, right there,
Yeah.
and that's unlocked. So if you go clockwise, it brings the sight to the right. Counterclockwise, it goes to the left, and this is all on micro clicks.
Okay.
So then when you get it where you want it, just pull the lock back out, and that'll protect it from getting moved around anymore.
Got you. Do one. I mean, I was coming up. That's
About an inch low, but it's right there.
but I'm telling you, I was coming up. I'm not your competition shooter, Kenny. I'm not the guy that.
You're a killer. You ain't shooting.
Well, I try to be that. You got a good guy working for you here, Kenny. Good for the people. And I think that's bad close. Bad close.
Good shot right there.
I like it.
That was a.
Let's throw about 4, 5, 6 more clicks right,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
All right, so I struggle with target panic. Y'all know that. And what Kenny calls, and I'm sure it's right terminology, snap shooting. I come up, I get close to my target, I squeeze off. So he just tells me, what I want you to do now is I want you to draw back, let your target feel the kill zone, and tell yourself, I am not going to shoot, I am not going to shoot. And then I want you to let down after 3 or 4 seconds, but get that pin and rest that pin. And I felt it in my left arm. I felt it jerk. Like when I got up there, I got nervous, like I need to shoot. But once I told myself I'm not going to shoot, I was so relaxed, and man, if I could just got that to work.
Yeah.
it would have been.
Let's walk through it again.
All right.
And I wanna be in your ear the same thing I want you thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna draw back. I'm gonna concentrate on the target. I'm gonna bring my pin up and fill that target up with the pin, but I'm not shooting. I am not shooting. I'm gonna hold it there for several seconds where I want the arrow to go, but I'm not gonna shoot. And then I'm gonna let down.
So it's high. Because I was money. I was there.
You see what I'm saying? I want you got to break the anxiety of shooting. You're not separating the aiming process and the firing process. We've got to break that.
Yeah.
So I want you to two total different actions of filling that pin in the target, and then start your shot process of pulling through the shot.
Okay.
So you're thinking to yourself, I've got to aim, I've got to fill the target with the pin, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to hold it.
High. Wow.
We've got to break that. Now, the next thing I want you to do is, remember when we talked with Trey and he was here about finger on the trigger and pulling? You're staying off of the trigger, and then when you decide to fire, you're coming pretty quickly and swiftly.
I just did that right now, and I've been doing that. And that's, yeah.
If you're apprehensive about laying your finger on the trigger and part of that anxiety, then it's too hot. It's too hot. Let's cool it off where you are comfortable feeling the trigger, feeling the bar. And then I really don't want you even really using that finger to pull. I want you to lay it on and then start pulling through the shot all together instead of just your finger.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
All right. I feel like I need to be just drawing. Just drawing and not shooting.
You can.
You know?
I'm
not saying right now, I'm saying it's practice, like drawing and getting through that anxiety.
Yes, exactly. Like the blind belling routine that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
They will literally take a day and say, I'm not firing an arrow, but I'm going to draw 50 times and aim at a short distance.
Yeah.
Aim and then let down. I'll do it 50 times without ever firing an arrow. And you're working on your mental game, because this is a big mental part of breaking that shot process from your aiming process. The mental side of this, we got to work on it too, not just the physical reps. We got to work on the mental breaking of the shot routine and the aiming process. Now, I'm gonna fill the target with the pin. I'm gonna settle. I feel comfortable touching my trigger.
Top short of the deer.
It's still high,
Yeah.
but that was where I was at. I was there.
Okay.
I was there.
The magic question I always want to ask people when we're sighting a bow in and doing sight tapes is the arrow hitting behind the pin. Whether your pin's in the kill zone or not, you're the only one that knows when you touch it where that pin is.
Yeah.
Is the arrow hitting behind the pin? And if it's off a little, then we make adjustments. But even if you're not hitting where you want, is the arrow hitting behind the pin?
And I'm to the right. So I'm shooting to the right there.
And another thing too, a lot of people, once that you verify that the axes are on your sight, first, second, third, I tell everybody you can't really get your perfection on left and right at 20 yards, because at 20 you could still be in a 1 inch circle but be a quarter of an inch off, but that quarter of an inch at 60 is going to be 3 inches.
Right there.
You need to verify your left and right at the longest possible distance you can comfortably, and then work it back. And that's a version of what, in the target world we always had walk back tuning. I've kind of do that in this when we're setting left and right, is like we'll go to 60, 70, 80, whatever, get our left and right perfect, then we walk it back. If we walk that back to 20 and it doesn't change, we know that the bow's tuned perfectly, the sight axes are set. Now, if you walk that back and it starts working one way or another, there's something going on. The axes ain't right, bow's out of time, out of tune, rest is something going on. That ought to be your verification of left and right is going at a longer distance, walking it back to 20 with no change.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm calm, I'm not shooting right now. I'm going to just aim, I'm filling that target up, and I'm going to be comfortable with my trigger.
Left and right's perfect.
Left and right was perfect. I'm just a little high. I'm getting ahead of you, but it's like when you're talking to me and everything, but it's like I'm when I get there, I'm there. So I'm going ahead and
you ought to be comfortable holding it for
forever.
Yes. There should never be any anxiety in your mind that I've got to shoot now. I got to shoot now. Eliminate it. You overpower that saying, I can hold this all day if you want me to. I'll hold this as long as I need to. I'm going to hold it and I'm going to count to 20, 10, 3, whatever. You're not going to break my pin from my point of impact. Right. Overpowered. Yes, I'm comfortable. I'm aiming. Start your shot process.
About 3 inches lower, dead left and right.
That's the same. Yeah. And I had a little bit of anxiety right there.
Still high?
It's still like probably 4 or 5 inches. Because you're aiming right at that kill at the back of that shoulder, aren't you? Is that where you're releasing that?
Right. I was aiming about 6 inches lower.
Okay.
I was aiming about 6 inches lower than where I hit. You can go ahead. That is incredible, to say the least. That, I mean, just drawing, I can feel how much anxiety I have when I draw the bow back and I don't shoot. I can feel it in my left arm all day. I feel that rush. But then when I tell myself I don't have to shoot, it's like I'm steady as Carlos Halfcock. Look at this. That's the last 2 shots that I took right there. Boom, boom. And the others were, I mean, this deer's leaning forward, all right, as y'all can see. But the other 2 right there, and there, that's not terribly far off.
Well, we're setting your sight tape now. So we're, you have to kind of make an educated guess, and then we'll start dialing. We're dialing it down now to where we're going to get you into that bullseye.
Right.
And once we get that in there, then we're going to go back, shoot broadheads at every distance, verify the point of impact being the same, and then you're ready to go back to the woods.
That's right.
Whenever we have a lot of weight on the front of the arrow, we do need to pay attention to nock tuning. Now, very rarely, though, do we have to move or adjust much at all, as long as we have our fletching clearance right. Now, this is the exact arrow that you shot that buck with the other day.
Exact
arrow. So we still got blood on it.
You can see, I was supposed to say, you can see a little bit of the stain maybe on there.
Yep.
And you can see a little bit of the ridges right there on that thing.
All right, so this is the one that after it went through him, went in a log like 4 inches or so.
That's it.
Yep.
Went into
the
big
now,
tree.
I want you to look down the shaft of that arrow and look at your 2 odd purple fletchers. You see they're not quite exactly perpendicular to the bow, right?
Right.
All right, so we're going to rotate just a smidge.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Now it should be closer, right?
Yeah.
All right, now this is a form of nock tuning, but what I have found with our arrow builds and running iron wheels, if I'll just go through when I put my lottie nocks on and make sure they are absolutely perpendicular, to that odd fletching, and then it's completely straight out and the 2 are in, which is what you're supposed to run on a drop away rest, then we very rarely have to move them after that.
Okay.
So the more detail we put into making sure they're lined up on the front end, we're good. The orientation of the broadhead on the front at where it is does not matter.
Yeah, you can't control that.
Let's go through this. Let's shoot these broadhead. We're going to shoot the exact arrow. We verified everything else on the bow. We got the bottom fixed where it was hitting. We got some new felt on to quieten it down. We got your new sight tape set. We redid your D loop because that other one was about wore out. We shot a lot. The ATA, the string, these gas strings have not moved. They're still on. The ATA is fine. The poundage is fine. Timing is fine. So now you had some clearance issues that was causing all that irregular flight. So we fixed that. That fixed the problem, but we went ahead and got you a new D loop and went through all of it. So let's go to 20 right here on first. Okay. And let's go back up to 20 just to make sure.
Yep.
You see that little bitty white speck right there on that big black target?
Yeah.
In the middle?
Yep.
Just go to that.
Middle left?
Yep, middle left.
Yeah.
Just go to that right there on the first one at 20.
All right. Golly, that's so quiet.
It is. I think it went through it.
I think it did. It's high too.
Let's see where we're at. Little bitty white one right there.
1 inch above it.
I saw that, and that's. I mean, so we spend about 2 hours after this just shooting. And ultimately, I've got bad habits that need to be broke, but we were able to get the bow sighted in good, and yeah, everything worked out. So we've made a ton of adjustments on this thing, not because of the bow's inconsistency, but because of mine. I'm using the same broadhead, the same arrow, everything that I shot that deer with, and I'm going to shoot all 4 of these broadheads at that 40 target. I'm going to see how well my tired arms can do this. I mean, that's close. It's still just a touch high and to the left. Money. I think it's a touch high because I'm pulling low. Both those shots.
I'll move your pin just a little bit.
Both of those shots, I am pulling low and I'm hitting dang near perfect.
Oh,
That was it. I don't think I need to touch it. I don't think I need to touch it. That was
You got a 2-inch group at.
40 yards. Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in right here.
Yeah.
I think you had
You got a 2-inch group at 40 yards with 4 broadheads.
Look. Emotionally right now I'm a wreck. Okay? We just had a newborn. I'm going on 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I put the coffee creamer in the coffee cup cabinet today instead of the fridge. That'll do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That will do.
I feel good about it.
So,
Aeroflight is absolutely perfect.
yes.
And you just hit that apple at 60. You come back at 20 bullseye, and your 2 and 2.5 inch group at 40 with broadheads.
Yes.
Everything's
And
perfect.
how many times do you think I've pulled this bow back today and shot
You've shot 75, 80 times today.
it? It's been a lot.
Yeah.
So let me say that thing real quick.
All right.
So, I mean, the biggest thing that I've taken away from today, 1, don't drop your bow real hard. If you do, take it back to your bow tech, and that needs to be Kenny here at TopFlight in Jackson, Tennessee. And make sure everything's on. If you got a little hitch or whatever, just don't assume anything. Look at this. That was my very last shot right there. That is, and I felt good about that. I don't know if y'all can see that. Very good. These are my others. Now, I felt like with these right here, these 2, I felt like I was down here when I pulled. That's why I kept saying I thought it was high. But on this one, I took my time, and I am pretty dang positive that this one I was aiming like right here. The bow's on. I'm off. But the biggest piece of advice that I got today from Kenny that I'm going to implement, and it's going to change the way I shoot. He said, at least take a day a week and do not pull the trigger. Load it up, have it at 3 yards, 3 feet, whatever. Pick you a spot, draw back, aim, and let that pin sit exactly where you want it. Keep your finger on the trigger, don't shoot, and then let off. And do that 50 times a day a week. And when I was doing that earlier, I could tell immediately that this is helping. This is helping because it's the first time I did it, my left arm shook. Like it glitched almost, just because I'm used to like getting to that point and shooting. And then when you don't do it, it's I could definitely tell what the problem was. That not dry firing, but like you went on a gun, you do that with a bow, and you're gonna need another bow. But doing that kind of practice, getting rid of those bad habits, getting rid of that target panic, and letting that pin settle, and saying, I don't have to shoot. I can let the bow back down. I need to let that pin settle, and I'll shoot whenever I get good and ready. having that mindset and taking me through that's helped immensely to where, you know, that I was questioning that. So, yeah, that's the biggest thing I've taken away today. I don't know if I've a title for that, like dry mind shoot. I don't know. Anyway, all right, y'all, we got everything pretty much done. All right, and I say pretty much because I'm the only one that needs work. The bow is good. Kenny, thank you so much again, brother.
You're welcome.
For, like, I called Kenny and I was panicking, just borderline. I was like, dude, I don't know, my kids are gonna die or something. I don't know. That's terrible to say, but it's, hey, don't worry about it. Come on up here. We'll get everything fixed. And you did. So I appreciate you, man.
No problem. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Go kill another big deer.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna try. We got some on camera that I'm gonna hopefully be showing y'all here real soon. But either way, we went through the process today. We got the bow retuned, everything fixed, figured out what was wrong with it. By my doing, when you fall out of a boat and hit it on the ground, it's the proper thing to take it to your bow tech and get them to check it over and not do what I did and just like wing it. Like, all right, yeah, it's pretty good. So we're gonna take a little look in a upcoming edition,
Yeah.
we'll call it here.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna hit the road. But yeah, we'll be seeing y'all back here at least in the next couple of months.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully
By the end of the year. Hopefully. Yeah.
in the new edition that we're not going to go into much detail about. But anyway, we appreciate y'all. Look, if you need anything bow related, TopFlight Archery, Jackson, Tennessee, Kenny Loggins. No, I'm just kidding. Kenny Thompson. All right. Hey, appreciate y'all. Y'all be good. We'll see y'all on the next one.